So Canada's hitting a milestone this year. You know, Canada, that country I live in, not America like some people have thought. I mean, I'm called the purple maple leaf for a reason. Anyway, Canada is celebrating 150 years of being a country. It's a whole big deal, and while I'm sure the festivities in Ottawa will be amazing, there's no way in hell you'd ever catch a shut-in like me in a crowd that large. So instead, to celebrate, let's discuss Canada's part in the gaming industry. Now, as far as I can tell, Canada started making games that people actually gave a shit about in the 80s, and from there the Canadian video game industry has grown to be the third largest in the world behind the US and Japan. We don't really bitch about being third, though, partly because we're too polite to complain, but mostly because we leveled up personal freedom instead. But, oddly enough, we are still third in that category, although I personally think it's bullshit we lost second place to a country that has civil unions instead of gay marriage. How much chocolate did you have to bribe them with, Switzerland? Most of Canada's game studios are in British Columbia, Ontario, and Quebec, with Quebec being the biggest producer, which is shocking to me because I thought that Quebec would have decided to just fuck off and be its own country by now, not that they haven't tried, but no, Quebec is still part of Canada and its gaming industry. And by Quebec, I mean Montreal, which isn't a bad thing, but I'm sorry, Montrealers, your city is depressing as fuck. Anyway, Canada has its fair share of recognizable game companies that have made games that you probably love and games that you probably hate, like Red Barrels. You know, the guys that made Outlast. And literally nothing else. Okay, but we've also got BioWare. Yeah, they made the Mass Effect trilogy. And Mass Effect Andromeda. And who could forget WB Montreal, remember? They made the worst Arkham game? Yeah, I'm trying to forget about it too. But hey, Canada is where Assassin's Creed games come from, which has its ups and downs. I think it can be said that every country with a game industry has good stuff and bad stuff, like a Canadian studio made Don't Starve, and another one made Calvin Tucker's Redneck Jamboree. And no, I'm not reviewing it, so let's never speak of this again. But we've got some good shit, right? Like a bunch of CSI games, Death Jr., FIFA, just so much fucking FIFA, iCarly 2, I Joined the Clique, James Cameron's Avatar, the game, too much NHL to even list, and, of course, the eternal classic, Duke Nukem Forever. The Canadian video game industry has truly done its part to make the world a better place. And so has Canada. I mean, I assume so. The Dutch still send us tulips every year, right? So let's finish this video off with the Canadian National Anthem, along with visuals of several important people that I have no relation to other than the fact that they lived on the same landmass as me, but I'll still take pride in even though I had nothing to do with any of the incredible things they accomplished. Happy Canada Day!